Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Avery Henningsen, and I'm joined by Jacob Willett. Welcome to the Husson University Eagles men's soccer here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Husson will be taking on conference opponent UMaine-Presque under the lights in a very important late-season conference matchup. Jacob, the season is winding down. Right now, the Eagles are in sole possession of the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. And these late games are very important. They're in a close competition with Thomas, UMaine Farmington, as well as Maine Maritime. What do they need to do in this one to keep that momentum from the last couple victories flowing into this one?
Well, for the Eagles, what you need to do is you need to be playing as a team. You got to have a good attack and just keep your momentum going through your attack, through your strikers, and your back line still got to stay solid in front of Recksteiner.
And for this Presque Isle team, they are winless on the season so far. They've regressed, it seems, in these last couple ones. They played Fisher last Saturday, game that they tied them earlier in the year. This one they took a 6-0 loss. What are they going to do to try to get back on the winning track against one of the best teams in this North Atlantic Conference?
Well, for the Owls, what you need to do is you need to control the front line, and you got the front attackers for the Eagles and the wing defenders who like to come across and play a ball into the box. Your defense has got to stay solid in order to play a decent game today against one of the top teams in the conference.
And this Owls team has been led all season by their number one goal scorer in Raymar Shirley, someone the Eagles are definitely going to have to game plan for a little bit defensively. The only goal scorer with more than one goal on the year with 7, one of the top players in the North Atlantic Conference in goals scored. This Eagle squad coming off a couple clutch wins in conference play. One over UMaine Farmington, who we mentioned, is a team that they're kind of in a competition for that number one seed with, and another one against Leslie. The game this coming weekend at Thomas College is going to be a very important one, depending on what happens in the Thomas Maine Maritime game tomorrow night for some of that late conference seeding and who wins that East play. The Eagles only one loss on the season. The Western opponent, SUNY Poly. They've done well against their Eastern opponents so far. And we're going to hand this one over to Joseph Swanson for the national anthem and starting lineups. And we'll be back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network in just a minute.
The NCAA North Atlantic Conference and Husson University promote good sportsmanship. Operation by supporting participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Boucher Field. At this time, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Owls. In goal, sophomore, number 50, Xavier McCarthy. A senior midfielder, number 3, Naiden Reed. A sophomore defender, number 5, Hayden Bay. A senior midfielder, number 6, Reese Carter. A freshman midfielder, number 7, Isaac Dorr. A senior midfielder, number 8, Jacob Schoberg. A freshman midfielder, number 9, Billy Ray. A senior forward, number 15, Remar Shirley. A senior midfielder, number 21, Stephen Nader. A junior midfielder, number 26, Joshua Valadez. And a junior midfielder, number 31, Joshua Thomas. Umpy is under the direction of head coach Alec Gordon. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Husson University Eagles. A graduate student captain from Madrid, Spain, number 5, Kiko Sanchez. In goal, a junior from Lucerne, Switzerland, number 1, Alex Recksteiner. A junior from Los Rozas, Spain, number 4, Pedro Molina. A junior from Madrid, Spain, number 9, Mario Alvarez. A junior from Huelva, Spain, number 17, Domingo Infante. A graduate student from Dedham, Massachusetts, number 20, Ben Shumway. A sophomore from Caracas, Venezuela, number 21, Carlos Echevers. A sophomore from Caracas, Venezuela, number 22, Miguel Morales. A junior from Frankfurt, Switzerland, number 30, Florian Gasser. A graduate student from Topsom, Maine, number 34, Alex Bryant. And a senior from Farmingdale, Maine, number 39, Josh Neto. The Eagles are coached by Gavin Penny, and he's assisted by Matt Goodman, Mitch Matsugemba, Nick Christensen, and Garth Bereni.
And welcome back here to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. That was the national anthem. And starting lineups for the visiting Owls will be Nyden Reed, Hayden Bay, Reese Carter, Isaac Dorr, Jacob Schoberg, Billy Ray, Ramar Shirley, Stephen Nader, Joshua Valdez, Josh Thomas, and Xavier McCarthy out there. McCarthy in goal for this team, has started every game in net so far for them. He'll look to try to stop this strong Eagles attack that will be led by Pedro Molina, Kiko Sanchez, Mario Alvarez, Mingo Infante, Ben Shumway, Carlos Echevers, Miguel Morales, Florian Gasser, Alex Bryant, and Josh Neto. The Eagles have been getting some goals into the back of the net in a multitude of ways. They've had a lot of success on the free kick plays. Saw in that Farmington game, Mario Alvarez putting one in from the corner and from deep outside the 18. They've also been strong in the air on corner kick plays. That's something this Umpy team will have to game plan against. And we'll be getting underway here in just a minute. Looks like the Eagles will be wearing their gray uniforms. And we'll move right to left, while Umpy will be in the all royal blue. The Owls are under the coaching direction of Alan Gordon, one of a legend in the North Atlantic Conference in his 34th season here at the helm of this Presque Isle team. The Eagles, though, having definitely the lion's share of the winning here in the 2000s, Jacob. They've been strong so far. Eagles 51, 22, and 7 all time versus this Umpy team. Husson hasn't lost a game since 2004. They've been competing since the early 60s, so a lot of history between these two. And we'll be getting underway here in just a moment. Looks like Presque Isle pushing some players up here on the end line, maybe trying to get something started right off of the first touch here. This one a pass back to the defense. Gasser trying to get there. This one sent up towards middle of the field, and Alvarez is going to get there first. Alvarez, the reigning North Atlantic Conference Player of the Week, played a great game against Farmington. I'm not sure if you were up here in the booth for that, Jacob, but he had some excellent goals that day. As Morales takes this one in the middle. Morales has taken this right up through the middle of the defense. He's going to go out wide. That's Neto with it. He's going to lose it to the defense, though. Morales, someone who's turned it on for the Eagles in kind of this second half of the season and has looked strong there in the central midfield. This one finding Shumway. Going all the way over to Bryant now. Bryant's going to take his space, finding Morales. Morales goes out wide here to Molina, pushing up from the defense. He'll have time to get something across here. This one in and shot wide. That one, Molina trying to find Gasser. A good opportunity there for the Eagles early.
Yeah, great look there from Molina going down the wing, finding Gasser. Gasser just a little too far in front of the net to try and get his hips turned and put one in the back of the net. Let's see if they can stop a goal kick here from the Owls.
And we've seen the Eagles recently kind of running this 4-1 formation out there. It's really kind of a 5 midfield, but there's a holding player there this week in Sanchez. Usually Masamongo, the guy getting that done out there, getting a rest out there. I think he's been dealing with a few kind of nagging injuries. Penny trying to get him rested up for that playoff run. Right now the Eagles are all but locked into making the playoffs, as this one trying to go something into the middle here, but nothing there. Looking at the standings, barring kind of a colossal collapse from any of these teams, Maine-Maritime, Husson, UMaine-Farmington, and Thomas College, those 4 teams who are very much in the race for trying to be in the East playoffs.
Yeah, with all those teams, you've noticed that they've only tied 1 game, and that was to Thomas, and they've played pretty well against all those other schools that you mentioned.
And this one, a corner kick. This should be taken by Alvarez here. Alvarez is going to try to put this thing in, and Bryant getting ahead on it. That one's into the back of the net, and the Eagles get on the board early. Big Alex Bryant rising up and putting that one home.
A little delayed call there from the referee to signal a goal, but we've seen the specialist on the set pieces in Alex Bryant, one of the tallest guys on the team, gets ahead on it, puts it in, gives the Eagles an early 1-0 lead to gain some good momentum going into the rest of this half.
Bryant's 4th goal on the season, 4th of his career, all 4 of them coming this year, has really he's a graduate student, senior, someone who in his previous years here hadn't played as many minutes, was kind of a defensive substitution. But this season, after they kind of moved to this formation, has been playing a lot out there in the middle with Shumway and has looked good on corner kick and free kick plays. Had a goal against Leslie last week and it puts the Eagles on the board here. And this one, Alvarez trying to get there. He's going to send it over to Gasser. Bryant going to find Molina. Molina trying to go all the way across field. Dangerous pass and taken away there. But Infante has his teammates back out there. And this one's going to be pushed into the midfield now. And Infante trying to take this one up the line. He's going to get some space out there. And Eagles here will have, or Owls that is, will have a goal kick coming up. And this one's going to be taken on the right side, pushed into the midfield now. Won by Sanchez, bouncing its way to Alvarez. And this one sent all the way back to Rettsteiner now.
Something that we've seen throughout the season so far is that the back line loves to incorporate Rettsteiner into the play just to keep his feet going and keep him possessing the ball. Rettsteiner is very good on his feet as a goalkeeper. It's always nice to have as being confident in your goalkeeper with their feet as a defender.
This one finding Morales in the middle here. He gets it taken away. Strong defense out there trying to find Shirley. But Shumway and Bryant step into that one. And now counterattack opportunity for the Eagles. Molina puts this one in and off the post. That's the second goal of the game early on for the Eagles. Pedro Molina putting that one in.
A beautiful shot there from Molina. Second goal against the Owls this season. Beautiful right foot shot. Far post, hit the post. Beautiful shot again, as we mentioned before. The Eagles taking advantage of a counterattack, going up 2.
And that puts the Eagles up 2 early in this one. Only just under 5 minutes into this game. The Eagles getting it done. A couple goals here coming from the defense. Obviously, the one off the corner kick. Usually we see Molina most of his goals have come off corner kick plays. We also see him move up the field a lot out there, and on that one, got open space. Beautiful ball off the far post and into the back of the net. And that one's going to be out for a goal kick. And I think the Eagles would like to get up some more in this one late in the season. There's a lot of guys who have kind of had some nagging injuries that they're kind of playing through a little bit. If you can get up here in this one, you're the Eagles, gives you the opportunity to take some of those starters out, rest them for that Thomas game on Saturday. And that's going to be an important factor in this one, as Gasser trying to find Neto out there. And this one finding Sanchez in the middle. He's going to try to send this back to Alvarez. Taken away, though. Now Presque Isle on the offensive. But Molina's going to step to this one. Try to go through a couple players. That one's going to be off and out for. Looks like they're going to call it a free kick. Taken quickly by the Eagles. Bryant going over to Rettsteiner. Now Shumway with it. Shumway trying to go up and over the top to Gasser. And Gasser just a step off sides on that one. Had to push up the field a little too early.
That's something that we could see multiple times throughout this game. Florian Gasser has a lot of speed up top there. Playing that ball over top and giving him a chance to go one-on-one with the goalie. You're going to want to take that chance more times than you should.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jopez as well. Talented freshman for the Eagles, has played a lot of minutes out there. A lot of them up top. That one a shot from Presque Isle, saved by Rettsteiner though. So a chance right back there for the Owls, trying to get something on the board. And this one into the middle. Alvarez with it now. Got a tidy little crowd out here. Presque Isle usually kind of known for traveling well down here to Bangor. Remember in the playoffs last year, they had a lot of people come down for that one. I think we counted them out at over 500 for that one. So Umpy team, usually these Umpy games, it's quite a crowd out there. I think also a slow Tuesday night here in Bangor. A lot of students coming out to support. This one taken in quickly to Alvarez. And this one passed back to Alvarez. He's going to go all the way across the field, finding Molina. Molina to Morales here. And really liked the emergence of Morales this season. He looked good last year, but this year, given the opportunity to play kind of more of a central midfield role, Morales, one of the best footwork guys out there, I think, and one of the better passers as well. It's kind of allowed him to open up a little bit in that middle of the field and really help find his teammates out there.
Yeah, with Morales starting 12 out of his 14 games played, playing just a little under 1,000 minutes. It's one of the key guys in this offense for the Eagles, and we've seen it time and time again. He's always in the play, no matter if he's passing the ball, shooting the ball, or just getting the first ball to get to the second pass.
Morales now up to 6 goals and 6 assists on the season for the Eagles. And this one going to him, a little too far of a touch though. This one's going to be kicked out wide. Neto's going to keep this in on the far sideline though. He's going to pass this all the way back to Infante now. Morales, one of the top players in the conference. That was a shot from Alvarez, way too high on that one. Morales, player who's been kind of in and around the goal a lot this season for the Eagles. One of their leaders in quite a few categories. I think Alvarez now the sole possession of goals scored on the team with 7. And Morales and Gasser both tied with 6. Morales leading the team in assists. Alvarez right there as well. I think that midfield of Morales and Alvarez out there has been dangerous for the Eagles. Another guy who's not out there tonight, Masamongo, someone who usually plays significant minutes out there, is usually kind of a 5th defender for the Eagles. Just a rock in that central midfield. This one all the way back to Shumway. Shumway's going to find Retzsteiner. Retzsteiner up the field. He finds Gasser. Good head over the top, trying to find Neto out there. Neto's going to leave it to Gasser. Gasser trying to go through one and gets it taken away, but that will be out for a corner kick. Gasser on that one just had one player to beat. I think he would have been in clean on the goalkeeper. And we'll see what the Eagles try to draw up on this one. They like this play where they just kind of crash in, kind of scrum up that box right in front of the goalkeeper. Don't let them really see a whole lot out there. This one taken short, sent back in, and cleared out here by Presque. Etchevers is going to get to this one, though. He's going to find Infante. Infante lets it go through to Molina now. Shumway is going to take a shot just high. Eagles defense still all the way up there from that corner kick one. That was 3 defenders trying to get the offense started out there. Been an interesting one so far. All the goals coming from the Eagles defense. Really at most of their best chances as well.
Shumway had a lot of room there. It's a no-brainer kind of shot right there. Having 2 goals on the season, he was looking for his 3rd. Just didn't get the dice to roll on that one.
Yeah, Shumway, another guy who's usually, I think most of those goals came on corner kick plays, something in the box, header or something after the fact on one of those free kick ones. Shumway, one of the best players on this Eagles squad in the air. This one bouncing out to Neto. He's going to find Infante into the middle here to Alvarez. Alvarez cutting this one back. He's going to send this back to Infante, who goes middle now. Sanchez with it. Shirley closing fast. And Morales manages to get it back to Bryant. Bryant finding Molina. And this one all the way back to Shumway. And this Eagles team can frustrate offenses sometimes. This one a great ball through to Etchevers, but just a little too far out in front of him. This Eagles team, though, can be frustrating. They're so good at passing, especially on the defensive side and in that central midfield. The teams just kind of don't get the ball off of them. They really only get the ball when the Eagles make a mistake out there in the midfield. They kind of wear themselves down trying to get the ball off of that defense.
Yeah, as you're saying, they're very good at possessing the ball. Usually when we get the halftime score sheets, it's usually a very fair percentage towards the Eagles. And they also can attack you in multiple different ways. They can go from the wing. They can go from over top. They can go on set pieces. It's a very diverse offense for the Eagles, too. That's never something that you can really plan for as an opponent.
This one sent over the top to Shumway. Plenty of space out there. He's going to try to bring this one up the middle of the field. I think this will be a good test here for the Eagles defense. Trying to defend Shirley out there. Shirley, similar player, it seems, to Jonathan Joseph on that Thomas College Terriers team. This one finding Morales, goes through to Etchevers. Etchevers shot, upper right-hand corner. Goes Carlos Etchevers. The Eagles putting a 3rd on the board.
Beautiful shot there from Etchevers. The Eagles have been very good at placing their shots today, from the far post to the top corner to finding Alex Bryant's head. They've been done really well so far this game. The momentum is swinging in their favor a lot. 4th goal of the year for Etchevers. Another advantage goal there for the Eagles.
A great shot there from Etchevers. Had that one on his left foot, put it upper corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do on that one, as that was too far away for him. as this one's taken up the field here. And now this one sent back to Bryant. Bryant's going to pass this one into the middle to Morales. Morales cuts back inside now. Taking it up through the middle of the field. Some footwork out here from Morales. He's going to find Echeverse. Echeverse passes this one away, though. And the Eagles won't manage to keep possession. And this one sent up through, but out for a throw-in. And this one is going to be sent in quickly. And up towards the offense now go the Eagles. And now Umpy taken away, trying to send something in the middle. Shumway getting there first, though.
Starting to see a good amount of pressure on the offensive end for Presque Isle. Just getting the defense a little uncomfortable, but they're standing tall like they normally do, and they get the ball right back.
And this one now on the far sideline for the Eagles, as they're going to bring this one up through the middle of the field. And that one's going to be a foul out there. And the Eagles are going to get a free kick coming up. As they continue And welcome back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Eagles right now up 5-0. Sorry if we missed out on probably about the last 20 minutes of that first half. Had some technical issues up here in the box. The Eagles putting some strong offense out there on the field. We're going to have almost completely different group out here for this second half. I think just Alex Bryant and Mario Alvarez coming back out there for the Eagles. And this one's going to go out to Pereira. New guys for the Eagles. Nuka Pereira out there now. Miguel Dubahal. Mozi Masamango, someone we've seen, one of the top 3 players on the Eagles team in minutes. Has gone to rest in the last couple games, maybe in this one, looking to try to get him working back into it a little bit. You don't want his first game back after a couple game absence to be against the Thomas College Terriers, a very strong offensive team. Eagles will also have Damian Sheffer out there, Hugo Jopez. This one out to Dubahal from Alejandro Mora. Another new player, Dubahal, this ball in. Mora just missing on the end of it. Penny there. Penny's going to take a shot just over the top. And Kenny Penny, another one of those players, as well as Pablo Morato out there. That one a high shot. Penny doing a good job trying to get back. It's kind of a pesky offensive player out there for the Eagles. Not sure when the live stream might have kicked out. We had a goal from Pedro Molina that kind of just bounced around in the box, went up over the top of all the defense and bounced its way in.
The definition of funky.
We also had absolute beauty of a goal from from Carlos Echeverri. I hope that one stayed on. Morato, this one bounced back to him. He's going to take a shot high and over the top. I hope that one made its way on. Gasser also had a nice goal. That was a blast. That one probably didn't make its way on. And Alex Bryant, a header early on. I believe that one made its way in. The Eagles putting up 5 in that first half, allowed them to take a lot of those starters out. I believe they have a reserve game tomorrow. We might not see the absolute depths of the bench in this one. Wanting to allow those guys to stay fresh for tomorrow. Obviously, that game doesn't really have a whole lot riding on it. You don't get any sort of conference kind of wins out of it.
Still a good opportunity for those players on the back end of the bench to get some playing time and to get their feet underneath them and play some competition, not during practice.
That game tomorrow will be against St. Joseph's College, I believe. I think it'll probably be against some of their reserve guys as well. St. Joe's, pretty good soccer program. This one kicked out wide. We didn't see Retzsteiner get a whole lot of pressure on him in that first half. Had one good, strong shot on him early. And then that second half that might have been blacked out here on the broadcast. Didn't really have a whole lot going on out there.
Had a couple light chip crosses that he handled with ease, but after that, it's been a pretty quiet game in the back end for the Swiss.
And this one sent up to Jopez. He's going to find Masamango. Masamango, someone who usually I think I mentioned it right when I was going through those new guys. Masamango, someone over 1,000 minutes on the year. He's one of their top 5 in minutes played for the Eagles. He's been a rock. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the entire conference. Doesn't really get a whole lot of stats on the board from that defensive midfield role.
He's one of those guys that his vocal leadership on the field is what really drives him throughout these games. He's a very strong defender. He's good offensively. He's a great all-around player. And Coach Penny's going to want to keep his feet underneath of him just so he can be ready for playoff atmosphere against Thomas College, like you mentioned.
And he's one of those players. This one out for a corner. Masamango, someone who I think is a great teammate out there. He's someone that I think just noticing from my perspective as a former soccer player myself, that you can have that player who is just kind of always available in the central midfield for passing. It just makes it so much easier as a defender or as a central midfield to have a guy to pass to on everything. This one sent in, headed off the near post. That was going to be a foul. Looked like Bryant fell on the back of believe that was Reese Carter out there, number 6.
Again, it looked like they were targeting Alex Bryant on the corner kick. One of the taller players getting right in front of the goalie, blocking his vision.
This one looped over the top. Dubahal there. Dubahal, one of the freshmen for this Eagles squad. He's looked pretty good out here on the wing so far on the season. Happens to be one of their leading assist makers out there. I think some of that coming in that Linden game. The Eagles exploded offensively.
It's been very solid throughout 15 games for the Eagles so far, usually coming in off the bench. He's started 9 games, but he's been very good throughout the season so far.
I think the majority of those starts coming a little bit earlier in the season. Has 4 assists on the year. Then this one, a corner kick opportunity. I believe the first of the game here for Presque Isle. See what they can do on this one. Eagles missing a couple, 3 of their back line exiting here at halftime. Alex Bryant, though, I think probably the best player in the air on the Eagles squad. Still out there, though. He'll be a commanding force in the middle of the goal here. This one sent past him. This one's going to be outside of the 18. Morato trying to get there. This ball sent back in, and that one's going to be sent out wide and will be a goal kick. And this one, goal kick taken short by Rettsteiner. Finding Jopez. Jopez, someone we usually see more on the striker role out there. Right now playing sort of an attacking midfield. A little bit different out there. The Eagles also, I think somewhat, this one finding Dubahal. He goes down in the box. No foul called on that. It's going to be for a goal kick. See how the Eagles reset out there. It looks like they're still staying in that same formation we saw them run in the start. See who else might come in for the Eagles. Later in this one going right to Jopez. Jopez with it still. Takes a shot, saved by the goalkeeper. Nice kick save. I think Jopez got kind of tangled up with the defender out there. I think if he could have taken that cleanly, would have had a lot more space between him and the goalkeeper.
He also had Kenny Penny running down his right side, too. Wide open. It was a 2-on-0 pretty much with McCarthy. And a beautiful save again. We've seen that multiple times throughout this game.
I think that's one of those ones, too. Obviously, Jopez could have made that pass, but right in that tweener area of Penny, step too far is offsides. All of a sudden, you lose a golden chance right there. It's a dangerous spot to make the ball or the pass unless you know for a fact that you're still on sides out there.
The shot was definitely the right decision from Jopez.
And Bryant with it now. Bryant's going to go out wide to Sheffer. Sheffer's going to try to go inside. Kicked all the way up the field by Bay. Shirley trying to get on the end of it. And Pereira, nice move by him defensively to kick this one out. And Bryant with it, finding Alvarez. And Shirley trying to send a ball towards the near side. Dubahal is going to get there, trying to keep this in. I'll be surprised if we see Beckett Parkin, one of the freshmen for the Eagles, replace Alvarez at some point here, along with Alejandro Castellanos, players who have come in the central midfield a lot for the Eagles. Sheffer heading this one out to Morato. Morato is going to go back to Bryant. See what Shirley does, too, I believe, in the second half. A little bit of the speed coming out on the defensive end for the Eagles. Replaced by some other guys out there. Shirley, a fast forward, scored, I believe, against the Eagles earlier in the year. Late in that one. Actually, he didn't get a goal in that one. He did. This LP team did get a late goal. This one, a ball over the top to Penny, trying to get on the end of it. Can't keep it in play.
This is where we're going to see Alex Bryant show his leadership in the back end with the new combination of the defensive line with Shirley being up there, being a threat offensively every time he has the ball on his foot.
Knight and Reed, one of the central midfielders for this Presque Isle team who scored against them earlier in the year. Interesting to see if we see D'Amico at some point in this one as well. Someone, freshman, got 2 goals in that game against Presque Isle. believe both of them coming in the second half. Mora taking this one up through the middle. He's going to get dragged down. And it'll be a free kick coming up here. Foul Isaac Dorr on Alejandro Mora. Alvarez will take this one. He's going to take this quickly to Masamango. And the Eagles have players on the back post finding Morato now. Morato's going to send a ball in short across. They're going to call him offsides. I think he wanted that first ball from Alvarez but didn't get it. Looked like he strayed just a hair offsides. And this one.
I'm not working the women's soccer game tomorrow. I think that's like the first soccer game I've been left off the schedule.
This one sent up. Morato's going to get there.
They're trying to kill the dynamic duo, bro.
Lopez out wide to Masamango. Herrera with it. Going to go out wide to Dubahal. Dubahal taking this one into the midfield, finding Alvarez. Alvarez out wide to Jopez. Lopez trying to put some moves on out there on the wing. This ball sent in over the top. Mora trying to get there just a little too far. I think that was Dubahal all the way up there, straight up towards that left wing position. Playing this near side right back. Trying to push up in the formation.
I'm going to say that to Thomas when I walk in the office, and he's just going to give you that blank stare and not say anything.
This one's going to be kicked out wide. Bay with it. Bay, someone who has started at the last 4 games, now the last 5 for this Umpy team. Played in 90 in each of those. Stepped up pretty big over the second half of the season. Had come in off the bench in the previous 7 or 8 games for this Presque Isle team. A sophomore defender stepping up for them here. That one heel balled on from Mora to Alvarez. Dubahal finds Masamango, finding Bryant. Plenty of space in front of him. Bryant's going to push this defense, trying to find Mora up through the middle. Doesn't find him, but Mora takes it away and eventually loses it. And Alvarez, dangerous ball, trying to come in and take that one. Mora some footwork in the middle. He'll find Morato. That rain continuing to come down pretty heavy out there. As I'm sure it's going to get a little bit slippery out there on the field. This one, a ball through. Penny, flag stays down. He's going to take a shot here, bouncing it off the defender. And that one into the back of the net. Kenny Penny puts the Eagles up 6 in this one.
We've seen Kenny Penny have multiple opportunities so far this half. Finally puts one in the back of the net. It's back-to-back games with a goal from Kenny Penny throughout the late end of the season. It's been a spark plug off the bench for the Eagles throughout the season.
Penny scored against Leslie earlier in this past weekend. Has 3 assists on the season as well. Doing well in his senior season. A lot of his goals now coming in his senior year. This one sent up the field. Alvarez is going to win it in the middle. And now Retzsteiner playing around with it on his own box. He's going to send this out to Bryant. Bryant's going to go out wide to Sheffer. Sheffer finding Morato. Nice pass on. You can find Jopez with room in front of him. Jopez trying to send a ball across towards Penny. That one, the goalkeeper couldn't quite manage to get cleanly. It'll be out for a corner kick here for the Eagles. That's what we mentioned when it first started coming down, Jacob. It can be hard for goalkeepers to get clean possession of it out there.
Yeah, and this is one of those scenarios here again. We've seen multiple times throughout the game that the Eagles have capitalized on corner kicks. With Alvarez still being in the game, it's another great opportunity for them to capitalize again.
This one sent in and kicked out wide. And now one out there on the wing. Alvarez sending a ball in. Herrera taking a shot on, but collected by the goalkeeper. Herrera would have liked to get that one towards one of the 2 corners. He's someone who's still trying to seek his first goal of his career, the sophomore of Rockville, Maryland. And that'll be a foul on Alvarez. It'll be Bay who's going to take the kick here. And this one, a ball over the top. Mora manages to head this one out wide. Be out for a throw-in. And this one sent in quickly. And it's going to be off of Presque. Will be out for a throw-in for the Eagles. And this one taken in short. This one trying to go up the line is Dubahal. And send a ball into the middle. That's Chopez with it. This is really the first time we've seen him in that central midfield a lot this season. He has good footwork out there. Not really known as a passer, I don't think. At least not on the season so far. Right now looking strong out there in the central midfield.
It's good to have players being able to play multiple different positions so Coach Penny can mix and match his lineup and get his best guys out there from when it comes playoff time.
And this one is sent all the way over. This Eagles team does have a lot of pretty established players in that central midfield who are still quite young, as Dubahal is going to take a shot. This one off. Alvarez and Dubahal trying to get to this one, cleared out by the defense, though. But I think we saw start of this one. You know, that group of Echeverse, Morales, and Alvarez, three guys who play a lot in that central midfield. Asamongo, senior, I believe he still has one more year eligibility if he chooses to come back. But that's no guarantee, of course, out there. The Eagles could lose him in that central midfield, but still a lot of openings out there. And Penny's going to manage to track this one down. Nice hustle play out there on the wing from him. This ball up the line. Pereira's going to let this one roll out for a throw-in. And it will be Bauer, who's going to, or Nico Bauer, that is, who's going to take Alvarez out. Freshman out of Switzerland. And a couple of substitutions also for this Presque team. Bauer, I know, only played 2 games so far for the Eagles. Played a lot of that second half against Linden, but has looked good in some of the reserve games as well. Mora's going to get on the end of this. Mora goes to defenders. This one out to Jopez. Jopez back to Bauer. Bauer takes a shot. That's another one, but blocked both times. Asamongo is going to go out wide to Dubahal now. Dubahal finding Mora. Mora might try to find Morato out on the back post. Mora's going to take this one himself, though. Couldn't quite manage to get around on that enough. That one, I think, might have taken a tick off of a player out there. Eagles are going to have a corner kick coming up.
Another good opportunity here for the Eagles with Alex Bryant still being in this game as the lone starter other than Rechsteiner. Still having him being able to get in front of the goalkeeper and cause some panic inside the box.
I think defense, one of the positions we're going to have to look out for next season. As this one, Jopez with it at the top. He's going to take a shot low, collected by the goalkeeper, though. The Eagles will be losing some pieces off that defense, though. Shumway, Bryant, and Infante, I believe all players moving on next season, along with Rechsteiner, potentially Masamongo. So that's really 5 of those 6 kind of back defenders out there. If you count Rechsteiner as almost another defender out there. As Mora sending this one up top towards Morato. Morato is going to send this back, finding Jopez, and this one kicked out for a throw-in.
As you mentioned, with 5 out of the 6 in the back end, Molina is also going to be a senior next year, so that's another piece that they're going to have to look towards with not having a lot of veteran leadership coming back next season. It's going to look very different for the Eagles next season.
And I think that's part of the reason Coach Penny trying to get Dubahal and Pereira some minutes back here on the defensive end. Weinstein, another player who we've seen defensively a lot for the Eagles. Be surprised if some of that recruiting this winter and or spring revolves around the defensive end as well. The Eagles pretty set offensively for at least a couple seasons. Morato sends this one up over the top of the crossbar. A lot of young, talented players out there offensively for the Eagles. Really that trio of Echeverse, Morales, and Alvarez in that central midfield. One of the best central groups in the league, especially passing-wise. Bauer winning this one. And he's going to be called for a foul out there. Could also have been on Penny. And this one, free kick being taken by Schoberg. One of the seniors on this team out of Presque, Maine. Gonna try to send a ball up over the top. This one streaming in. Pereira gets there. He's going to just let Rechsteiner collect this, though. Good job. He managed to shield that one. Looks like Lance Owens is going to be heading out there soon. We replace someone on the defensive end for this Presque Isle team. Moore is going to send a ball out to Masamongo. Masamongo ball over the top to Dubahal. Dubahal trying to keep this in play. Managed to get a ball across. Penny gets there, but it's going to be out for a goal kick. And here comes the substitution. As Owens will replace Valdez out there. Looks like, or Dorr that is, will drop back defensively. While Owens will play more of a defensive midfield role out there. This one taken in quickly by Presque Isle. They'll win a throw-in out on their far sideline. About 23 minutes now on the clock. And this one finding Mora. He's going to leave this to Bauer. Bauer tries to get back to him. Defenders all around. Good touch around by Bauer, though. Picks his head up, finds Morato on the back post. Morato header back in. This one headed out. Masamongo trying to get there. He's going to let Mora win it. And it looks like Masamongo might have gotten stepped on that one. He's going to send this one out wide to Dubahal. Wouldn't be surprised if Masamongo's days might be, or minutes might be numbers. Morato gets a header on it, just wide of the post. His minutes might be numbered in this half. Obviously, not really knowing what Coach Penny intends for him in this one. I think there must be a reason that he didn't start this one. Usually a starter every game for the Eagles. Kind of one of those names that I don't even have to look at the roster sheet to just kind of pencil in out there. So we'll see if kind of let him continue to just kind of warm up a little bit out there, stay fresh. Don't want him to not play for a week or two or play in a game experience out there. And also don't want him to get hurt in a game that the Eagles are very firmly in the driver's seat.
It's something you never want to see. You never want to see your key starters getting hurt in a game that's pretty much out of hand at this point. And especially with a good opponent in Thomas coming up and playoffs on the horizon, you're already pretty much in the driver's seat here, and there's not really any opportunity to try and push Masamongo past where he should be going tonight.
And Masamongo will definitely be needed in that Thomas game. Thomas a strong attack. This one sent into the middle. Strong attack led by Joshua Joseph out there. One of the best goal scorers in the North Atlantic Conference. Bryant trying to send this out to Rechsteiner. He's going to get there, get tripped up. This one off of some fans out there. That's trying to give Shirley a little tap out there. I don't think Shirley was meaning to really run into him, just trying to get the ball. As Matthew Adrian, a sophomore, will enter. Looks like he might take Shirley out up on the offensive end as he'll depart. one's going to be a throw-in here for Presque Isle. Saw them get some good ones into the box earlier in the game. This one headed in. Masamongo with it. Going to take this past one defender, manages to kick it off of him and shield it out for a goal kick. And that's that senior defensive presence out there. I think he was trying to get around. As soon as he saw that touch off the defender, just shielded that out, took the goal kick. This one over to Pereira.
Very high IQ out there from Masamongo in the defensive midfield position. Again, we mentioned you normally see him on the stat sheet, but when you're watching the game, you can see and you can feel his presence out there, being a leader and controlling the game.
And this one sent up the line. Hard tackle on that one, sticking with it. This one sent in, headed out. And Penny gets knocked down in the box. We might see a penalty kick on this one. Penny got hit hard in the box. Looks like he might have got hit in the face. See who takes this one. I think it would probably be one of Mora or potentially Morato or Jopez out there. As the trainers will come out and check on him. And he getting back up to his feet here. Good sportsmanship out there. It looked like that was Dorr, the freshman who collided with Penny in the box. Helped him back up to his feet. And I think Penny's probably going to have to come out. We'll see if a substitution goes in here. They don't have to make one. If they make it, then Penny's not going to be able to go back in. It's like Penny kind of signaling towards his face.
It is protocol with a head injury, and they normally have to come out of the game.
Well, also, when the trainer goes out, you have to exit. You don't have to put someone right back in. If they don't put someone in, then Penny can re-enter. Like they might let this penalty kick play go. And this one's going to be a penalty kick taken here by Mora. As he's going to try to get this one. It's going to be D'Amico who's going to go in. And Mora's going to take this one, try to put the Eagles up 7. Puts this one upper corner, that one off the roof of the net. Mora puts another one on the board for the Eagles, knowing just what to do with it.
Beautiful penalty kick there from Alejandro Mora. Moves to 2 for 2 on penalty kicks in his career. A little fun fact there. Puts the Eagles up 7-0 now.
And D'Amico, the player who scored a couple goals against the Presque Isle Owls earlier in the season, will replace Penny out there. At this point, lead very much in hand. No reason to put Penny back out on the field. Miko's going to replace him on that offensive end, trying to stream up there and get some touches here for the Eagles. Masamongo will find Bauer in the middle. Bauer keeping possession of it. Bauer out of Switzerland, joining his native comrades in Gasser and Rechsteiner. That one's going to be out for, I believe, a corner kick here. Going to be Morato who's going to take this one. See if he can get the power under control. We see him a lot on these corner kick plays. Kind of blast it over the top of everybody. See the Eagles lining up on that back post. This one sent in. Great ball in off the goalkeeper. This one headed back out towards Masamongo. And Bryant's going to eventually try to collect this one. Good run here from Reed, and Sheffer's going to get called for the foul on that one. I think that one, good transition foul there from Sheffer. That's one of those ones that, as a defender, Umpy trying to get the counterattack up the field. You kind of have to make that play. Sheffer, not in the referee's book at all, was able to make that play and not kind of suffer any lasting consequences. And this one's going to be taken right at midfield by Schoberg. And this one sent into the middle. Sent all the way back to the goalkeeper. Going to just kick this one out wide. Morato is going to get there, though. And this ball over the top from Bauer. Great one into D'Amico. D'Amico settles under it. Still with the ball at his feet. He's going to send this one out wide to Jopez. And this one, D'Amico around the outside, tries to send something in, but taken away. And the defense bringing it up the field. And Pereira's just going to send this one out for a goal kick. And this one, a goal kick taken quickly to Schoberg.
That is his government name, to be fair.
And that one all the way past Sheffer, Retzsteiner, and Bryant there. This one passed back to Retzsteiner. Retzsteiner can't pick this one up. He's just going to send this one out wide. Finding Sheffer out there. This one finding Masamongo. Pereira going up the line to Dubahal. Dubahal, great ball all the way across the field, finding Jopez. Jopez finds Morato. Morato trying to send something back post just a little too far. That one had a chance of going in, too.
Put it right behind the crossbar. It was a good attempt. Just a little too high there. He had the right idea, just couldn't get it to fall.
And we're going to see Valdez and Shirley re-enter the game for Presque Isle. Looks like Chamberlain might be getting ready for the Eagles as well. Might replace Bryant out there. And this one all the way up the line. This ball sent in. Bryant's going to kick this one off the defender. Shot there, collected by Retzsteiner. He'll keep the clean sheet alive. Latte also entering. I'd be surprised if he takes Masamongo out there. Looks like he's going to take Morato out on the wing. I think Bryant might have had a collision out there right in front of the box with one of the offensive players. He's going to get back up to his feet out there. And see when they start this one back up. Not sure if we're going to have a substitution here. It looks like the players back under their own power out there. As this one taken a little bit of time to resolve itself. The referee might be just trying to figure out some stuff. I think this one's going to be a drop ball in the Eagles' favor. They'll probably just boot this one up the field, give it back to Presque Isle potentially. Retzsteiner's just going to send this one all the way up the line, trying to find Morato out there. This one bouncing back to Jopez. Jopez out wide to Sheffer. Sheffer ball across to Pereira. This is Dubahal with it now. Dubahal finding Bauer. Bauer ball up towards the back post, finding Morato. Morato ball in, finding Mora. Mora header, saved by the goalkeeper, still alive for the Eagles. D'Amico trying to keep it alive, and this one sent out for a corner kick. We'll see those substitutions finally. It will be Chamberlain replacing Dubahal out there, and Shinlate replacing Morato.
There again, we see a good rebound opportunity for the Eagles, but good awareness by the defense of the Owls to clear that ball away and not give the Eagles another opportunity to score.
This one, Shinlate corner in, bounced around. This one's still alive, potentially for the Eagles. That one trying to kick out wide, will be out for a throw-in. This one a throw-in, kicking quickly from Chamberlain. Chamberlain's going to take over on this near side. Lopez finds Masamongo. Masamongo going out wide to Sheffer. Sheffer finding Shinlate, who replaced Marato out on that wing. And this one, a ball in towards Mora. Chamberlain there. And Chamberlain a shot in just too far, and that one staying alive. That rain kind of restarted a little bit out there. It stopped kind of for about 10 minutes. Started to pick up a lot more. I think this is heavier than it was at the kind of onset of it. And this one, kick in. Good ball in towards the offense. Sheffer is going to get there, try to send something all the way across. Taken away eventually by the Eagles. And this is Bauer with it. Bauer gets knocked down in the middle. Going to take a second to get up out there. Looks like we'll see some substitutions out there for Presque Isle. Will be Kenan Bean entering, freshman out of Hudson, Maine. As well as I think we're going to see a goalkeeper change in Kobe West replacing McAtee out there. Lopez gets that one taken away. Sheffer with it. The foul, and it looks like we're going to see a card as well. That one going against Matthew Adrian. One of those substitutions we saw.
With the rain picking up here, it's definitely going to be more of a factor, and we're going to start seeing some more aggressive tackling from teams. We're going to see some rebounding control issues for goalkeepers. Just a lot of different factors that are going to be coming through the rain.
Well, I'm sure Presque Isle as well. After this one, going to be 0-12-2 on the season. Probably some frustration out there. Had 100 fouls on the season coming into this one. One of those ones it's hard to keep playing clean out there, especially in this kind of weather. And Latte is going to send this one out wide to Chamberlain. Mora with it. Finding Chamberlain again. This one cleared up top. Pereira plenty of time to collect this, though. And now Bryant with it out on far side for the Eagles. He'll find Jopez. Jopez running room in front of him. Tries to go through. Gets it poked away, and he was fouled on that one as well. And it will be, I believe, Bauer who's going to take this one. Going to send this ball in towards the back post, but collected by the goalkeeper. A little too inside on that one. Really trying to loop that ball just over the top of the defense. Chamberlain's going to kick this one all the way back to Rettsteiner. This one, Bauer with it in the middle, has Chamberlain wide open on the wing, finding Mora. Mora chooses to cut this one back, though. Finding Masamongo now. And this one, Lopez with it. He's going to loop this one around. Pass this towards the back post. Sheffer sending something in off the post, though. And it looks like that one might have taken a touch off of one of the defenders. So another corner kick here for the Eagles. Latte is going to take that one out on the far side. This one, a ball up in towards the box, headed up just over the top of the crossbar. It's going to be a foul on that one, though, so it'll be a free kick coming up. We'll see those substitutions finally. As a bunch of subs come in here for Presque Isle. Looks like Knight and Reed will come in, along with Ken and Bean. And number 19, Trevor Speed, and then also that goalkeeper change.
One thing to look for here in the last 10 minutes, Wes coming into this game, he hasn't played at all this game, so he's going to be a little cold, so his rebound control might be a little off.
And this one up towards the far end. Yeah, it can be tough coming in completely dry, just going out there and making sure, kind of going out there, coming in off the bench. Goalkeeper before him kind of got that experience with the wet conditions, and now trying to come in and recover from that.
That was always something that I struggled with as a goalkeeper, coming in difficult conditions after not playing most of the game. You have your warm-ups usually about 2 hours before the game, and by the time you're getting in there, right now being at about 8 o'clock, he probably was warming up around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So that's about 2 hours of just sitting on the bench and not doing much.
And this one out there on the wing, Lopez with it. They send a ball into Bauer. Bauer finds D'Amico potentially just a little too far. It's on that one. Some freshman connection out there. Might be something we see in a couple years. That trio of Bauer, Lopez, and D'Amico up top for the Eagles. Sheffer's going to pass this one all the way back to Rechsteiner. Rechsteiner trying to send a ball up towards Shinlate. This one knocked up. Lopez going to get there first, finding Bauer. Bauer spins this one back around out wide to Chamberlain. Chamberlain room in front of him. Tries to go past one defender. Still with it. Going to send a ball across. Flicked on. Bauer takes a shot and into the back of the net. Nico Bauer putting one in for the Eagles. And see some of his freshman teammates come over and mob him down there on the sideline. Bauer here getting, I believe, his second goal of his career. All his goals and assists coming in his first appearance against Linden.
That's one of those scenarios that Bauer just caught Wes flat-footed, and there was nothing that Wes could do because he was flat-footed, and Bauer took advantage and put it in the back of the net for his second goal of the season.
I think Chamberlain might get the credit for the assist on that one. Good run up the wing, made his way past a couple defenders, sent a ball in and off, kind of bounced up in the air. That one buried home. West getting his first action of the half. Difficult one for him. Bauer with the ball right at the 6, right in front of him. And a couple of subs here as Thomas will re-enter. As well as Nolan Christensen, one who hasn't played since early September. I want a ball in. And Pereira's going to find Chamberlain out on the wing. Chamberlain trying to go up through the middle here. Players all around him. Will pass this one over to Mora. Mora puts a ball off the post. As that one just barely, this one sent in. Chamberlain gets a head on it just over the top of the crossbar. Difficult one on that. You'd love for that header to be kind of coming in strong, but that one kind of up, looping high. Had to kind of backtrack for it, try to get something on it. Couldn't get enough power behind it.
It also looked like it went off the top of his head, and when you're taking a header, you want to try and get it more off the forehead to try and get the most amount of power you can possible.
I think that was one of those ones, that ball in just a little too far behind, or kind of away from Chamberlain out there. Was forced to try to retract to it. Couldn't quite manage to get it cleanly. Rechsteiner is going to juggle this one in the box up to his hands. And he's going to send this one way up the field. finding Bauer, or D'Amico out there, that is. D'Amico taking this one up through the middle. Putting his head down, gets knocked down right in front of the box. No foul call. And this one, Lopez with it will find Shinlate out on the wing. Shinlate ball all the way across. This one headed on. Chamberlain, time to corral this. He's going to bring this in, take a shot off the defender. Asamongo might get a shooting chance here. We'll take a shot. This one bouncing just wide of the post. Asamongo, we mentioned someone hasn't had a whole lot of goal opportunities on the year. That one got a chance to rip one. The bench joshing him a little bit over here on the sideline. That one will be out for a corner kick, though. This one, ball in, up over the top. Couple headers on that one. That one, I think, going off Jopez's face. Kept alive. Chamberlain with it. Chamberlain going against Shirley. Gonna try to keep this one in. That one went off of Shirley. He's going to take this one quickly to D'Amico. He's going to send this one off. And it's going to be out for a throw-in. Just inches away from that corner kick. Looks like they're actually now, it will be a throw-in. I think the ball boy down there got a little overzealous. Trying to put something out there for the Eagles. Chamberlain, ball in to Jopez. This one poked away from him, trying to get back. Trying to get this one off Shirley. And now this ball in. Masamango trying to track back. This one up towards the wing. Shinlate puts on the Jets along with Schaefer, trying to get there. That one kicked out wide for a throw-in. Good hustle there from the Eagles defense.
Substitution for the Owls into the game, number 2, Jacob Brzozowski.
And it will be Brzozowski coming in here. He's going to replace Matthew Adrian, who got that yellow card earlier on. And now under 4 minutes on that clock. This one sent in. Trying to find something in the box. Good job by Pereira. I think Pereira's looked excellent out there for the Eagles. Came in as a substitution right at halftime. Mentioned that the Eagles going to be losing a lot of defenders. Pereira, I think in this one so far, has stepped up quite well on the defensive end for the Eagles.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you there. He's had a good presence in the back there. He's been working well with Alex Bryant back there. Just been very nice to watch throughout this second half.
What he's done is he hasn't done anything too flashy. He hasn't made some crazy tackle. He hasn't really had to, but he's made plays just like that one where he just hasn't really messed up at all out there. You see it a lot with some young players. They might misread a play. Chamberlain bringing this one around the edge, puts on the speed, ball across. This one out for a corner kick. What Pereira's done so far in this one is he hasn't really messed up at all out there. You see that a lot from young defenders. They'll make an error out there, and it leads to them not getting as much playing time. Right now, Pereira doing a good job defensively for the Eagles. And this one's going to be a corner kick. It looks like Latte is going to take this one. Ball in towards the back post. Masamango header on it. This one's still alive, bouncing around. Masamango ball to Bryant. He's going to pass this out to D'Amico now. D'Amico shot low, saved. Pereira with it, gets a ball out, and this one knocked up top. Chamberlain trying to send something back in for the Eagles potentially. We'll go out towards the wing. He's going to give this over to Shinlate, trying to reset. Latte ball cross, low and bouncing. Back out to Jopez now. Jopez knocked down, no foul call, or there will be a foul call on that one. A little bit of a late whistle. I think the referee allowing the Eagles to try to get some possession on that one. And this one's going to be taken by Masamango. And that ball sent in quickly. And now one out here by the Eagles. Bauer with it. He's going to give this one away, though, and Presque Isle looking to try to get one last goal on the board here. Just a minute. Rechsteiner, though, going to keep his clean sheet alive. Send this one up top. Shinlate right to him. West miscalculates it. Shinlate shot off the outside netting, though. Took a touch trying to get around the goalkeeper. Had a very sharp angle with his left foot as well. I think if you take that one righty, would have been able to try to curl it in. But moving away from the goal, had to try to get whatever he could on that. This one, a goal kick taken in. And now one out here. There'll be a foul out there. 20 seconds now on that clock. Might be the last chance Presque Isle has here in this one to try to at least salvage a goal here. Bay's going to send something up the field. This one into the box, still alive, but Rechsteiner is going to collect it. No foul call. Rechsteiner is going to pump this one miles up in the air and end this one. The Eagles taking home the 8-0 victory in this one, remaining with possession of that #1 seed. I think just looking through some of the records, that game tomorrow, big for the Eagles. They're not playing, but Maine-Maritime will be playing Thomas. Two teams right neck and neck with the Eagles for that #1 seed. The winner of that could be kind of in a competition with the Eagles heading down the stretch.
Absolutely. That game is what we call scoreboard watching. I know as a former athlete, that's something that you like to see. You're in a playoff push, and you got a game that's gonna work in your favor if one team pulls it out, and you're gonna be kind of rooting for that team without actually rooting for the team.
The Eagles will be going to Thomas College on Saturday. That will be a big matchup for them. Make sure to try to tune into the Thomas broadcast for that. And for Linden, or not for Linden, for Presque Isle, they will be going to Linden. We'll be hosting Linden in a couple weeks. Also going to Leslie this weekend. This is the final regular season game here for the men's soccer team on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. We thank you all for joining us. It's been a pleasure calling these games all season long. Jacob, you worked a few of these along with it. Special shout out to Keenan Trenowith as well, one who did a lot of the games so far on the season with me. And Eagles will be back on the field against Thomas next week, or this coming weekend. And we'll be back here on the broadcast tomorrow for some women's soccer against UMaine-Presque. That will be the final regular season home game for them as well. Make sure to tune into that tomorrow. But overall, Jacob, any final thoughts?
I think the Eagles played a fantastic game. You see on the field now, they're dancing around, having a good time. A good win, but they have a good, tough competition against Thomas College here coming up this weekend. So that's what their focus should be now. But it was a great season for them on home turf.
Well, we thank you all for joining. Have a good rest of your night. I've been Avery Henningsen alongside Jacob Willett.